Hello, this is Grant, and welcome back to another episode of Dead Rising 2 Master Run, where we're going to get all the survivors and fight all the psychopaths and do it all from level 1. So, we just got our first set of survivors back. I don't really count the pharmacist because she's kind of an easy one, and really the Snowflake escorts herself, because she's going to transition with you always, and nothing's going to kill her. When I was thinking of cool ideas to do for, like, say if I did a stream for Dead Rising or Dead Rising 2, I was thinking about stuff like, I probably will end up doing one where, seeing if I can beat the game with 0 kills, but I thought about doing one where you never let Snowflake into the security room, so you just do the entire game with her in your party. But sadly, that was foiled because she always transitions with you no matter what. So, sadly, it was not meant to be. I was considering just making a video that was just a bunch of jump cuts of Snowball mauling every single boss. But, again, it was not meant to be, I don't think. I could do that. It would just take a while. I had to replay the entire game. And in a way, it'd be pretty easy, because you would just walk over, have Snowflake kill the psychopath, and then you could just chill for a while. Maybe I'll do it. I'll have to see how long you can get her for, depending on like when you pick her up. Or maybe I'll just don't do the case missions, and I'll have Snowflake kill all the optional bosses like Slappy and the Lenny. What the guy on the motorcycle, Leonard. I don't know, I never remember his name. The green guy. I wonder how she handle that. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit up Lost, which is we're gonna get a dude with a shotgun, and right next to it is Moe's Imaginations, which is a stop we need to make to open up the pawn shops. So that's pretty important. It also has the squirt gun we're gonna need for Katie. Then we're going to do a giant loop where we go, I think actually I reversed this loop this time. Normally I go, get the guy, go really far north to like the Yucatan, or I guess Palisades Plaza, get Family Matters, or Welcome to the Family, come down, pick up the chick from the Lost Quest, and then, I think there's another one in there, but I'm going the other way around where I think I get him, from Lost, I get the reporter and I do that scoop, which leaves me at the arena, and then I make a big loop up and around. It really doesn't matter, but I try to be efficient. There's a lot more scoops that depend on context when you get there. You'll notice I picked up this extra Zombrex. We're going to have plenty by the end of the run. So, I remember this glitchy part there. But anyway, so one of them coming up here in, I think, the next episode is a bunch of guys playing some board game. It looks like it's to be some parody of like D&D or something, and to get them to join you, you have a really long, annoying conversation talking to all 4 of them. Or if you show up with a girl, they'll join right away. So you kind of want to have a girl when you're there to save time. So trying to be efficient. Or like later on, there's some stuff where you have to wear a certain outfit, so it's really nice if you can get that on your way there rather than getting there being like, oh wait, I forgot, and having to go get it again. But I'm not perfect. So, but I think at this point, like I said, I've played this game a couple times recently, so we should be good. So this is Chad. He's a really great survivor, and he'll give you his shotgun. Plus, if you're having trouble, what I usually do is you can take a shotgun, which has 20 shots. You use 19 of them and then give it back to him. Pretty useful. Guns are fairly easy to get in this game. I don't know why, but I don't really go to the shooting range as much as I do in Dead Rising 1. In 1, I go there all the time, and I think that's just because the hunting rifles in that game, or snipers, are just so useful for psychos. Whereas in this game, melee is honestly a lot easier because you can get like the knife gloves and you can get the painkiller. But, oh well. So, he'll come with us, but we need to go get his wife first. And she's over down at the arena, and we'll all be passing by. I think I want to say he's got to be I think it's based off someone. And I'll talk about it again later, but I think he's actually the owner of the Slot Ranch Casino. I'll point it out when something relevant comes up. But this opened up the pawn shops. There's nothing really good here in terms of items on the floor. You can buy stuff. I think you get the Humvee key here. So there's that, but we don't have nearly enough cash for that. It's like 2 million for that or something. Or like 500. Yeah, it's definitely at least 1 million, I want to say. But you use the Humvee just to move people around or to farm like the 65,000 zombie kills, which I do actually not have that achievement. I'm not sure what they unlock. To make sure I don't have anything unfairness here, I always delete my save for Dead Rising before I restart it. And I mean fully, like I delete from the hard drive rather than just like resetting the story, because some stuff carries over like cache or unlocks from other stuff. But I want it to be fair. I don't want to say, come here and be like, oh, I'm doing it from level 1, but I'm starting with $1 million. Because then you could totally buy like weapons or Zombrex and make it a lot easier on yourself. But, oh yeah. So we're going to go pick up the reporter first, Rebecca Chang. I really like her character. She's interesting. I like just like the sheer disregard of safety to get the story. And like, I guess it's almost nostalgic because she's so close to Frank West. And she has a cool story. If you play the Frank version of the game, apparently she plays an even bigger role because she's like your fellow reporter or something. But I always found this to be actually kind of glitchy. There's been times I've fucked it up and for some reason she'll start running away from the arena that she's supposed to be going to. So, trying to not have that happen. So if you recall in the last episode, this is the same reporter that accused you of starting the whole outbreak because she had a tape of supposedly you blowing up the zombie cage and laying them out. But she's surprisingly willing to work with you just because she wants like the big story. Like she wants the award-winning story of the century, as she always talks about.
Rebecca Chang, Channel 6 Action News.
Chuck Green.
Are you serious? From the security video. I thought you'd be long gone.
I really think they just like write a character like, it's like, you don't want to go talk to the dude. You don't want to talk to the dude who is just accused of like terrorism. But on the other hand, you know it would definitely make for really good content. Sadly, I don't think I'm, in terms of a content creator, I don't think I'm on the same level. I would not go into zombie apocalypse for the channel. At least not yet, maybe. Maybe if I hit like 20 subscribers, I would, yeah.
Reporters don't reveal their sources.
So it's going to become a thing later where she talks about where she got that video. She has a source, but to be a good reporter, she can't say who it was, just to protect them.
Why should I believe you?
You don't have to. But you want the big story, right? Help me out and I'll give you an interview.
With the prime suspect. It has to be an exclusive.
Sure. Doesn't matter to me.
I can't tell you my source, but
I don't know if I like Chuck's just like, whatever
footage of everything that
approach
happened.
that doesn't matter to me.
I can show you where it is.
Well, that's a start at least. Aren't we gonna need your crew?
They ran off.
I don't think that really established why no one can use like cell service
Want it
and
bad
stuff.
enough.
I assume it's, if you know the end of the game, there's obviously like a group working against you, so I could see them like jamming the signal or something. But it's not like it was with Willamette in Dead Rising 1, where the government was probably actively trying to stop people from like radioing out because then they would know about zombies. But here it just kind of, they don't say anything about why. There's just like the one survivor makes a comment. Like, oh, why can't I get a signal? Like, it seems like they totally would be able to call out and be like, hey, yeah, we're survivors, come help us. I don't know. I also don't really understand the full scope of this. Like, you only ever get to go around basically this mall-sized area. But as far as I know, like, there must be like other parts of the city, I guess, that are infected too. I don't know, like, is there like a bunch of housing out there and then there's zombies there too? I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day, as based off the map and walking around, there is no actual way to get out of, I guess I will just call it like the strip, this little like mall area. Like, there's no doors or anything. Like in 1, there was an entrance to the mall and you can't open the doors for like mechanic reasons, but you knew that's how you got out. Here, I don't know. I don't know what they do. I assume it's something like you go park underground at the hotel and then you walk in through there and you would take the elevator, and I guess that's how it works, but I don't know. I think it's a little bit of an oversight that there's no like actual way out, like lore-wise, from this strip. So, I was also thinking about how, just like the logistics of this, in a way it's probably like a Fortune City acts as a engineered Vegas, because they probably have the demand for some like Vegas look-alike, because Las Vegas was destroyed in the last zombie outbreak, and having the option to sit down and design Vegas I think that's basically what Fortune City is just in like one big construction project, build a new Vegas. That being said, they've done all this at least like in the 5-10 years since Willamette. Even if it was 10 years, this is a lot to get done, I think. Build entire like arenas and hotels, and I don't even know who would fund that.
Get used to that view, Chuck.
So here you notice I had to pause here because this will auto trigger the transition and the cutscene as soon as you and Rebecca get close. So if you have any survivors like Chad over there, I think his name was,
What are you waiting for?
he will not transition with you. And for some reason I was having a big issue. If I go back to get someone, that causes Rebecca to run back to the hotel. And that's kind of an issue with time. So I just really want to make sure that wasn't going to happen. What's nice about the arena is there's always one dude with a shotgun here up to the left. It's a pretty reliable source to get one, so I always grab one on the way here. We're actually going to use the shotgun, which is very good for psychopaths, on the Cure member who's gone crazy. So I want to kind of mount them, because it comes up pretty early. So you can see him right over here. Chainsaw's a fantastic weapon compared to the first game. There is no small chainsaw, sadly. In fact, I feel like most of the weapons were nerfed. There's no like just amazing weapons anymore like there was in 1. Definitely no Mega Buster, to my knowledge. Which, oh well. I'm a big fan of unlocks, especially if they just have any other reason to replay the game and not have to worry about survivors. I'm a big fan of that because it's fun. Dead Rising's a fun game. That's why I want to kind of do it, make up my own restrictions and play through and see what I can come up with. Like I really want to try to beat the entire game without a single zombie kill. I don't know if it's possible. I'm guessing I might have some situation where either a zombie dies because of some other zombie, or I like wiggle the stick to get off of it and Chuck executes it. But I don't know if it's possible. I want to give it a shot.
No one ever
There might also just be some situations where you have to kill some zombies. Like, there's no way you could save all survivors and kill no zombies, because there's certain situations where it's like kill the zombies around a survivor to get them to join. So that doesn't work. So what's going on right here is there's a bit of a cover up.
Wow.
Obviously, someone came in and destroyed all the footage for the show, and I assume maybe killed these people. That's not very clear. I mean, the door was locked, but it could have been zombies. But they don't really talk about it. But it's the first big thing that, oh, maybe you were set up, which is enough to get Rebecca to work with you. She always does her camera. I really thought they would make a joke about the camera in Dead Rising 2, about like the one Frank used.
See anything here to
Like there's a couple times they'll show you the game through her camera, and I would love it if they had like a little pee-pee counter. Like actually like pee-pee and like is just a thing you judge photos with in this universe, but it's like, oh, we don't talk about it despite that being silly.
What is it? What's wrong?
That would be pretty funny to me, but sadly it was not the case.
I'm on my way.
In fact, I kind of missed the photo thing. I like photos. I like kind of amassing like the silly photos as I play through the game.
cure?
That being said, I mean, you never use it to level up, and it was just kind of arbitrary. And since they don't have to have it on the left trigger, they instead use that for more useful moves, like different, like martial arts or aiming. And because I believe aiming's reversed in this one, where it's left trigger aim. So that's kind of nice. The controls are much better in this one game, and I think it's partially just because they knew what they're doing this time around, and partially is they had the triggers, which is a huge button for control schemes, freed up. So yeah. Plus, they also gave you stuff like you can move while shooting a gun now. That's pretty big, in my opinion. Also, using it is more fluid. Like in Dead Rising 1, you would always point it straight ahead, like at a perfect parallel to the ground, which is a big issue when you're trying to fight like the helicopter. It's like, turn around, aim gun, slowly drag gun up, and then shoot. And by then, it's like you only have time for a couple shots. It makes like the handgun a lot more useful. That being said, most of the guns suck in this game. They also suck in 1, but they just don't do a lot of damage. Which is why I was surprised. The shotgun is actually one exception. both like handguns, sniper rifles, like light machine guns. Like, particularly, I always remember there's the Cure member who's gone insane. He's going to come up in the next episode. Just sitting down and going through an entire light machine guns like magazine, and him just coming at me and then slicing me. It's like, really? It just has no effect.
Keep it moving.
Huh. I really like all these small little things you can do around Fortress City. I think it's kind of cool. I wish 1 had more of them, so I'm glad to see that 2 does. It was actually accidental. I was just trying to talk to Chad and Doris, who I'm pretty sure they must be based off some actual, maybe some actual people. I don't know if they're a couple in real life, but they seem so like stereotypical. Like it must be someone or like an amalgam of people. I don't know. I'm not that great at pop culture, so please, if you know who that's supposed to be, tell me. Man, they are really gung-ho. I just noticed that by picking up the chainsaw, I dodged his shotgun blast. That's really funny. So, we picked her up because it was very convenient to put us down here. Now we have Welcome to the Family, which is a couple. Well, 2 guys. It's a son and his father-in-law who just married into the family. The son just married into the family. And the father-in-law is this big, probably like war vet, grizzled man who's probably like a big survivalist and gets into fights and all that. And his son-in-law is not that. His son came and is like to play just a bunch of poker, not in great shape, and is just kind of a wuss. So, one thing I do miss from being a high level is throwing things. I think that's something that's overlooked by a lot of people, particularly like these benches at a high level. You can just clear out crowds like chucking those things a good distance through zombies, and they're durable. They're not going to just break. It's really amazing. Also, the newspaper vendors are a great way to clear out huge chunks of zombies for free. So we're going to go ahead over here to the Welcome to the Family. Unfortunately, this is in the knife shop inside Palisade Plaza, which right now is probably one of the farthest locations we can get. Later on, you unlock a shortcut to there, and you get a lot of use out of that shortcut. I assume that's to mirror the shortcut you get in Dead Rising 1. Unfortunately, to get that shortcut, you have to kill Adam the Clown, which is extremely difficult if you don't know what you're doing. And then you actually know that you have to stop the ride to get the shortcut. I believe a lot of people do not stop the ride and get the survivor off of it, so they don't ever get the shortcut. Unfortunately, that's the only way to unlock it. It would be cool if you could just do it anyway. Like, so maybe if they hid the shortcut a lot better, so you just had to actually know. But if you knew, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. I do have a little gripe where I like unlocks, like I said, even just like single game unlocks, like, oh, beat this boss, and then you unlock this item. But the downside for that is, with the whole time system, you gotta wait so long for some of those objects to come up, like the rocket launcher. It's a great weapon, but it doesn't appear till like day 4. And it'd be much better, in my opinion, if they just had psychopaths around, and then you could take them on at your leisure. Or maybe have it so you should, like, that time zone where you normally take them on, that's where then, like, they're at their weakest. So you would still want to, but if you really wanted to take on a psychopath when he's, like, 3 times as strong just to get it that much earlier, let you. Like with Dead Rising 1, if you could take on Adam the Clown and have him be, like, significantly buffed, but also get the chainsaws, like, immediately from the start of day 1, I would love to, like, have that opportunity. So we're going to pick up the battle axe here. There's a lot of hidden stuff in casinos. Pretty much every casino has a big hidden area, and all the main casinos have Zombrex in them. I don't always remember. I think there might be one here, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, here we're going to go kill these ATMs. One of the big deadlines I have to meet is actually at Atlantica right here in a couple days. There's a poker game, and we need $100,000 to start that poker game, and it is very time dependent because it can take a very long time. We also need to get 3 gambling books before then, which is difficult when we only have so many slots, and we have to find like time in between all other antics to get that done. Right, so we're gonna head on in, and the next episode we're gonna go save Jack and Kenneth, We're gonna get them all back to the safe house. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out one of the links below. Till next time, don't take your zombie safety for granted.